Hey guys, what's up? It's JR Cuber, and in this video we're going to be talking about the newest flagship 5x5 from Moyu, the AoChuang WRM. Get the cube and accessories as usual. And in here it looks like we just get a screwdriver, some spare magnets, some pamphlets, nothing too special. Okay, so this actually does have very, very smooth, non-matted, like shiny plastic, which I do really like. It's definitely a lot easier to grip. Yeah, already this feels nice on the outside. Okay, yeah, this is nice. This is really smooth. It's not super well set up out of the box. It definitely seems like it's going to take some work, but it's feeling pretty solid out of the box. It has a very similar feel to a lot of other like higher end 5x5s. It feels really smooth and buttery, a little bit kind of like a sandy, papery feel, especially in these second layers. It's a little more crunchy on the outer layers. This has got a great speed as well. Like it's really, really effortless to make turns. Yeah, this feels very similar to like a stock MGC 5x5. This one, however, doesn't feel quite as fluid as that puzzle is. It feels like it's just getting kind of stuck a little bit with some of my turns. Like it's not able to transition between moves like super fluidly. I have a feeling though that's just due to the setup. I think that'll get better with some break-in time. Corner cutting is, yeah, pretty normal, pretty standard. It actually cuts really, really easily when I'm trying to do these bigger cuts, which I think is interesting just because I'm feeling some resistance with more of the smaller cuts when I'm just doing normal turns. But when I go to do the big cuts, it seems to cut really easily. But yeah, it's not blowing my socks off or anything. It definitely feels really nice. But I've also tried like 3 other 5x5s that feel just as nice as this one does. It definitely is nice. It's just not sticking out a whole lot for me at least. Who knows though, maybe my mind will change after I've got this set up properly. I am just judging it out of the box. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and set this up properly, break it in a bit, and then I'll be back to give you guys some more of my final thoughts on this AoChuang WRM 5x5. So, after having a chance to properly set this cube up, I've got to say, this might be one of the best 5x5s out there. To lubricate this cube, I just use a bit of compound 10. I found the cube to just be a bit fast, but this lube really helps make the cube more controllable while not feeling sluggish at all. So the AoChuang WRM has a really, really amazing, buttery, silky smooth feel that just feels like Moyu. Compared to this cube's predecessor, the AoChuang GTSM, this cube is a bit more papery smooth, and I gotta say, I like the turning even more than the Valk 5 and maybe even the MGC 5x5. Speaking of the MGC 5x5, I think these two cubes are really similar. The main difference that I can feel in the turning is that the MGC 5 has more momentum to the turns and it's a bit faster and snappier. The AoChuang WRM feels a bit lighter in the hands and it has more control to the turns. There's less momentum when turning and therefore the cube has a slightly more fluid feel overall. Locking has also been a smaller problem than I thought it would be. I'd say this cube locks a little bit more than the MGC, but not by much. The most amount of locking I get is in 3x3 stage and it can be a bit annoying, but the cube is so controllable that it's hard for a lock to be so bad that you would lose control of the cube anyways. I also haven't gotten any huge 5x5 type center catches or pops, which is of course a great sign. This cube is about 1 millimeter smaller than a normal size 5x5. That doesn't sound like much, but you can definitely notice the more compact size. For the most part, this isn't an issue, but when it comes to 3x3 stage, I definitely prefer the slightly larger size of something like the MGC, although this is like really nitpicky and it's really not that big of a deal. Overall though, there's not many bad things to say about this cube. It's got a great light, papery, yet silky smooth feel, a huge amount of control and stability, good corner cutting, and really no major issues. However, it is a bit more on the expensive side. So this one comes in at $40 for the base version. So the MGC 5 definitely has this one beat at $22, a little more than half the price. So I'd say the MGC is still the best 5x5 for the price, but this AoChuang WRM is pretty much just as good in terms of performance. So if you want to give this one a shot as well, I don't think you'll be disappointed. So yeah, the Moyu AoChuang WRM 5x5 is a pretty great puzzle, and I'll of course leave the link in the description. Thanks of course to the Cubicle for sending me this cube for free to review. If you guys like to support the channel, you can like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, turn notifications, and use code JRCuber at thecubicle.com for a 5% discount. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.